mile off the trail in the middle of a forest. She was understandably nervous, but we were watching out for her. We do have to watch out for prairie raptors,
I turned down my volume so no one can hear.
mountain lions in this part of the state.
The talking is
We made
quiet.
camp in a clearing on top of a small
What you
hill
doing?
with a few trees.
But
We were deep in the woods to be sure.
Who?
whoever
We
they call you
arrived to
keep
make
using
camp.
it ain't real. Them folks gonna run it and they gonna say, take your
Nobody
help.
had any injuries.
No, the car that got my name on it. Still the one that got my name on
Everything was going according to plan until
it. Yeah, the one we got my name on
I
it.
woke up to the sound of Samantha screaming at the top of her lungs. I just couldn't believe how loud she was screaming. It was actually insane. I woke up, I guess at the same time as Alexa, grabbed my light and my Glock and ran out. I told her to stay in our tent just in case. Jason was already trying to comfort Samantha, and she was talking, almost babbling about something huge walking through camping, scratching at the tent, and making a terrible sound. I told her it could have been a coyote or even a mountain lion. Crash we did have outside of the camp area, so that wasn't an issue. But I assured her that I would stay up and light the fire again, that I would take turns with Jason watching the fire. Jason heard it also and was practically still pulling up his pants, running towards the fire. What the hell was that? That is big, he said. I know, it could be a big cat. Better get your 44 out of your bag too and get that bright tag light, I told him. He returned with those items and we waited to illuminate whichever area we heard more movement from next. Then we heard a crunch and a snap. More movement almost directly behind us. We stood up simultaneously and spun around, turning the brightest light on. For just a second, we saw what almost looked like a gorilla-sized and shaped figure disappear back into the trees. At this point, I'm trying to keep it together, and Jason is just frozen. I tell him to snap out of it and that we need to get the fire to grow. Once the fire is larger, we both need to take a position, one in front and one in the back of the tent to protect the girl. We heard this awful rumbling and growling sound for the rest of the night. I never heard anything like it. And large crunching and snapping sounds continued to emanate from the woods behind Jason's tent and really all around us. Periodically, we would see something move either to our left or right in the clearing just outside the trees. I kept the fire going. I actually had the fire pretty enormous by the end of the night. As soon as the sun started coming up, we packed up. On our way out, we saw large prints in the mud down by a small stream at the base of the hill we were camped on top of. I can't really say anything other than the fact that they basically looked like a huge man's prints. The thing we saw was definitely not a man. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was going
Get out that damn door!
I don't know if it was Bigfoot. Frankly, I don't
Get out the door!
The way I see it, it's really not relevant because I was thinking it was a mountain lion initially. Those are also dangerous.
The key
I
would
won't
brought
let
that
this
damn
stop me
other
from
car.
camping. Sometimes.
We could have put that color around too. Put them on that tank outside. We can do it when we big enough to tank.
One v one.
Bring me some something shit. I'm already wasted $20 on some weed. Girl, you take the green line.
I know he did. Get off that damn door.
This
No.
happened when I was
They
a
say,
kid.
please, get that door.
I was in the
Gotta go.
with my friend. Let's call him Ethan.
Hell,
He
I
invited
think
me
they
over to his place. He lived right by the
Lift
ocean.
up on it.
And if
Lift
you
up on
walk
it.
through the forest for half a mile, you'd reach a nice beach with a diving board. When I got to his house, we hung out, played video games, and talked. You know, typical kid stuff. Then we decided to go to the beach. It wasn't too far away, and we knew we could get back in time for dinner. So we set off. To make the trip more adventurous, we decided to bushwhack our own path. After walking a couple of minutes, we hit a tall fence. Crap, Ethan exclaimed. Well, I guess we'll have to go back. Suddenly, out of the corner of my eye, I spotted something. The fence went about 8 meters long and then stopped. My jaw dropped. There was a house. It was an old cabin with boarded up windows. The planks were falling off, and you could see the old insulation underneath. It was gray in color and had flecks of blue paint. The fence led up to the side of the house, stopped, and then continued on the other side. What scared me the most was that there was no road. I mean, not even a clearing to get to the road. You'd have to walk 20 minutes. Kevin, come on, Ethan yelled from behind me. Look at this, I shouted back. Ethan walked up to me, and his jaw dropped. There was no door, just a frame, and peering through the frame, we could see that there was a back door, also with no frame. All we had to do was walk through the house, then we could get to the beach. I looked at Ethan. Should we do it? I asked him. He shrugged. I don't see why not, he responded. Inside the house was dark, despite the sunlight pouring in through the door. We advanced slowly through the house, and Ethan pointed to
You
the
better lay
door.
your fucking ass down.
As we
Or
reached
you
the
busy
door, I
if you
peered
don't
up
beat
the
the shit
stairs.
out.
I grabbed Ethan and shoved him out the door. What was it? He said, as soon as we got away.
Well, Key don't never
My
stay out there
whole
with
body
him a
shook.
long time. He just let
I
him
must be
out.
going mad, I thought to
Probably
myself.
don't do that and break it back in
Eventually,
here.
I explained it to him. As we reached the door, I wanted to take one last look at the house. I glanced up the stairs and I saw the shadowy outline of a person. All I could see were eyes staring back at me and a crooked grin. Ethan and I took another route back home, and we told Ethan's mom. She laughed at us and said she'd been that way many times and there was no house.
That bitch better lay
We
down.
were angry because she didn't believe us, so we got out our cameras and went back the next day. When we got there, there was no house. It was just gone. No clearing, nothing. To this day, Ethan and I still wonder what it was. Was that man just a homeless person, or maybe he was something much, much worse? I suggested to Ethan a theory that scares me to this day.
Sorry.
I had been reading about Russian folklore, and a page caught my attention. It was a story about a witch named Baba Yaga who had a moving house. She would eat naughty children, and parents used to use it to scare children. Was this a witch? I guess we'll never know for sure. I was in my early teenage years during this time. My family and I went on vacation in a village which had a forest rumored to be haunted. There was a cemetery in the forest. It was a little far away from the village, near a lake. We weren't actually supposed to go to that forest, but my cousins thought it would be fun to play hide and seek at night. We were given some rules. We weren't allowed to take our phones or flashlights with us. As planned, we all met in front of our farmhouse at midnight. Me and my younger sister, who was 7 years old at that time, were the youngest out of everyone. So my older cousin decided to help us hide. He was 22 at that time, and he wanted to make sure we did.
That's just for the good news.
After he chose who was going to be the seeker, we parted ways. My older cousin just wanted to win, so he took us to the cemetery. He said, "She'll obviously be too afraid to enter the cemetery. I think this would be the best hiding spot for us." Although my younger sister kept telling us not to go there, we shut her off, telling her she was just a kid and would make us get caught. To this day, we wish we would have listened to her. It was getting darker. It was almost 2 a.m. Then all of a sudden, the cemetery lights went out.
My sister's hand tightened around my head. My cousin was obviously scared too. We could only hear the sound of wind and stray dogs barking at the backside of the cemetery. But then we heard digging noises. I still remember that horrifying sound. At a distance, we could see an old man with ruffled hair and dirty clothes digging a grave with his bare hands. He was making hissing noises while he dug. All of us stood there frozen. We didn't know if we should scream or run away. My cousin held our hands and started to slowly lead us to the entrance, trying not to make any noise. He whispered, "We have to get out of here." My sister was almost on the verge of crying. But to ruin everything, I stepped on a broken branch, making a loud noise. The stranger shot up his head toward our direction, and his lips curved in a creepy smile. "Run!" my cousin yelled, quickly picking up my sister and running away as I followed closely behind them. Thankfully, the man was weak and couldn't run any faster. He stopped at the middle of the cemetery staring at us with his hazel eyes. A few days later, we found out that the man had been caught by the police. He was a criminal who dug up dead bodies, stored drugs in them, and sent them off to other nations to sell drugs. He was caught once, but successfully escaped. If he wasn't so old and weak, I'm afraid that we might have ended up being a couple of dead bodies, too.
Hi, my name is Alyssa, and I'm 15. A few months ago, something strange happened to me. To this day, I can't explain exactly what happened. I was relaxing at my house, doing some schoolwork on my laptop. Being alone never bothered me until then. After about 2 hours of being alone, I decided to go get some ice cream from the freezer. As I headed back with ice cream to my room, I heard someone bang on the front door. I never answer the doors, and I always make sure they're locked when my parents leave. I decided it was the mailman, and that he would set the package down and leave. Then I heard the bang again. It felt louder. I was confused, so I went to my dad's office since it had a window facing the front porch. The second I grabbed the door handle of his office, my parents' bedroom door slammed shut right next to me. I screamed. Our air conditioning was broken at the time, so there was no way it could have been the air. I looked at the door, ran to the other side of the house, and called my mom to see if she was expecting anyone over. "No, Alyssa," she said, and those two words made my heart beat faster than ever had. My phone disconnected, and I started hearing footsteps coming towards me from down the hallway. I ran and hid behind a door in our living room. I knew I'd be out of sight, since I used to hide there as a child. I called my close friend Emily, who always knew how to calm me down in crazy situations. She told me to go and lock myself in my room. As she was talking, I started to hear doors open and slam shut along with footsteps, and the voice of a little girl saying, "I'm going to find you," over and over. I started crying, and when the noise stopped, I ran to my bedroom door. When I grabbed the handle and was about to go in, I heard it again. The little girl was in my room and said, "Here, Alyssa, I want to play. Come here."